still lively, isn't it? Ow! That's stinging my face. Welcome back to a deserted looking Edale. It's not very often you see it this quiet. We're off on another micro adventure and we're going camping up there somewhere, but I've had to change the plans a little bit because the winds are going to be picking up. We're due quite a lot of rain as well, so I'd planned on pitching on a more exposed summit today, but the forecast is for winds around 35 to 40 mile an hour, so we're going to be dropping down a little bit. It still should be fun though. It's only just gone 2 o'clock and it's getting quite dark and it's quite breezy low down here. Don't know what it's going to be like up there. I love these tiny little hamlets in the middle of the countryside. This is called Hollowbrook. How cool is that running through your garden? This is my first time solo camping in what feels like ages. The weather is going to be pretty naff. And like I said, high winds, it's going to chuck it down in a bit. In fact, the forecast says it should be raining now. But I think I need that. I think I need Mother Nature to give me a bit of a slapping about. Just to wake me up a little bit, to make me feel alive again and hungry for getting outdoors. Autumn certainly helps out with that, and look at these views. Absolutely stunning. So I've got a spot in mind. I've pitched there quite a few times and I'm looking forward to getting in the tent. We've got quite a lot to talk about, starting with this. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we're hunkered down later on. Probably only about 150 meters of elevation and it's already getting quite windy up here. I'm hoping that the audio is okay direct from this little camera. I'm recording separate audio here with a wind muff just in case I need it. I'd like to think I can get away with just this minimalist setup. This is gorgeous. This little staircase of waterfalls. We're heading over there. I just had to come and have a look. Look at this rickety old thing. So I found this spot for the night. But it is a little bit windy, but the views are stunning. It It is nice and flat though. I think I'm going to pitch up just there. I can hear myself think now. Before I get the tent set up, I quickly want to thank Squarespace who sponsored the video today. So if you don't know who Squarespace are, they're the #1 place to go if you want to have a go at building a website all by yourself. So me and Joe both got websites. We know absolutely nothing about web design or coding, but Squarespace makes it so easy. All we had to do, choose one of the ready-made templates or use their built-in AI. We chose the ready-made templates, uploaded our own photos, added some text, and just moved things around a little bit, and within a couple of hours I had a website up and running. I mainly use my website now for promoting the YouTube channel and my online raffles, whereas Jo, she uses the e-commerce feature so she can sell her artwork and paintings. There's loads of different features. You can write blogs, set up subscription services, even check the analytics to see where all your traffic's coming from. So if you fancy having a go at building a website of your own, if you click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner, you'll get a totally free trial and 10% off your first purchase. I always assemble my poles first because they're not going to blow away. The bag might, so that I'm going to clip on to my rucksack as well, or put it inside, but just clip it on for now. Should be fun tonight. Get the poles in. These are colour coded. Your tent might be different. Get it stood up. So the quicker you can get some pegs in, the better. That's already looking sturdier, although the front end looks a bit flat, doesn't it? It's hit a rock. If I can get away with it not hitting a rock, that is favourable. That's better. Let's get things tightened up. I'm not sure if I brought any spare guy line with me, but if I have, I'm going to pull this out as well, just in time. Sunset is due right now, but you can't see anything. Everywhere is just overcast. Definitely feel the wind when you, whoa, lost me out again. Definitely feel it when you come to the edge. Let's get out that wind. We've got plenty of room, look. Oh dear. So much better. Fingers crossed them pegs hold. Suppose I better get set up. Find that guy line at the bottom of my bag. Brought a chair with me. What else have we got? Dry clothes. Loads of room in here. What we got in the bottom? Some guy lines. Two. I've got a couple of carabiners with me so I can just clip them on. Give it a little bit more beef on it. Wish me luck. There we go, that's better. I always forget something. This time I forgot my lantern. So I've got one of these filming lights. Just going to have to rig something up with a bit of gaffer tape, I think. That's the plan anyway. One, two, tape onto the back. There we go. It's not perfect, but beggars can't be choosers. Scuff this cold floor. I can't find my thingy chair. I'd looked for it this morning. Crazy Creek. Misplaced it. So I've got the Helinox one. Ground chair. Don't know if that's fireworks or the tent vibrating and banging. This is comfy though, to be fair. I think I might need the earplugs tonight. There we go. That's more like it. I suppose all I need now is a kettle, and it's like home from home, isn't it? Well, what do you know? Who'd have thunk? Trangia Mini. There's something about the Trangia that just keeps bringing me back, and I've just gone for something that is... It's still a work in progress, this. So it's had 3 iterations already, and we've gone for the hard anodized pot. I've replaced, there's a little like plastic protector that comes with it. If I can get this out. No good if I can't get it out, is it? Didn't think that through, did I? Got a little spatula with it. Now, there we go. I think we can do it that way. I might need to trim a bit more off. So I've replaced that with a really thin cutting board, so I've got a small chopping board as well now. Put it back in. What a prat. Anyway, little ground protector. Don't need that at the minute. Pot grippers that comes with it. These aren't bad actually. Perfect for this size pot. Little folding spoon, trangy burner, and then just some matches and pot washing thing. I've gone with a Trangia triangle. And my homemade little support for tiny pots. Don't need that. I could do it on my table really, couldn't I? Well, what do you know? Soto table. This gets me every time. I need to have a look at how they've engineered it, but it's genius. Silly money, about 50 quid or something like that, but clever bit of kit. Now I need to be careful with this, you know, because it is so windy. I've got something else. Not got a cup. So it looks like I'm drinking my coffee out of this. It'll do a job there, won't it? That is hot enough for coffee. Doesn't need to be boiling. It's clean water. At least I've remembered coffee. Although I imagine it's going to be lumpy as out making it like this. I get my spoon ready. It's going to be the worst cappuccino ever. I don't know. See, I can hold it at least. Looks vaguely like coffee. Tastes alright. I have got something to dunk. I can't remember what the league tables are, anything like that. Feels like a long time ago. But we've got some Windy snack biscuits. Half a pack. I left the rest at home. Just me, or are these getting smaller? 2 to a pack. Let's have a go. Not all these fancy camera angles from in here. Good biscuits. It's up there, but I don't know what it is. I'll have to do it in controlled conditions on another occasion. Had to rearrange it. Zero sort again. Adding the water to the mess makes all the difference. That was about 25%. That's good actually. Maybe I bring too much stuff when I bring a cup, and I can just drink it out of the pot. Warms the hands nice as well, that. So I was saying that I've got quite a lot to talk about. First up, you might have noticed the beard. I've stopped dyeing it grey, as you can see now. It's Movember, and last year I grew them out, shaved everything off. Jo hated it. She'd never seen me before without a beard. So that was the first wet shave I'd had in 7 years, something like that. And she hated it. And she didn't want me to grow the tash this time. She says, why don't you dye your beard instead? Get rid of some of that grey. So I put a vote out there, a poll on to my Patreon community, and they agreed with Jo. They voted not unanimously, but greatly in favour of me dyeing the beard. So cue the tape. This is what happened.
You sure you know what you're doing?
No. Guess we'll find out, won't we?
You've turned it grey.
So it's my job to turn it back round, isn't it?
So about half an hour later, it went a bit darker, and then half an hour later it went darker still. Every time I look, it seems to be darker. It's only supposed to be a light brown, but it's growing on me. Give me a bit of a spring in my step. I will pop a link in the description below to my Movember page, team page. If you want to join the team, I'm walking 100 miles as well in November, as well as dyeing the beard. Might go a different colour yet. We shall see. But if you want to join in or sponsor for a great cause, men's health, it's something that I haven't thought about a lot until recent years. Men, I always thought you just got on with it, and except when you got man flu, of course, that was real serious stuff, but it's not very often you got that. But yeah, mental health, prostate cancer. Didn't even know what my prostate was till my 50th. So yeah, great cause, so please check it out. It's a little bit breezy, isn't it? This is one of those tents that I feel 100% confident that it's not going anywhere. As long as you've got it guyed out properly, you've got decent pegs in the ground, and the ground's not too soft, it's just not going to budge. There's a bit of flex in it, and it's a little bit noisy, I suppose, but who cares? I'm safe, I'm warm, I'm dry. I'm comfy in my chair as well. And, ooh, that was a big gust. I'm hungry. I've got my little food bag with me again. We've got Tesco beef casserole, and we've got like a puff pastry topping, some sort of casserole pie. That's what we're going to go for. So I tried Aldi and Tesco's, and none of them had stewing steak in tins, so must be a shortage, or it's that kind of weather where everyone wants stew. So let's get the stove fired up again, and I'll show you my little hack for a puff pastry topper. Right, I'm keeping my feet there on the footprint. We do not want the wind blowing this footprint and this table up. As you can see, there's a little bit of wind flapping around there, so I'm keeping the footprint secure. I could, I suppose, put the table in between my legs just for that little bit more security. In fact, that's what I'm going to do, but I will put the stove out first. There we go. Definitely not going anywhere now. Hope this is alright. That there a second. Oh, looks like there's some decent sized meaty chunks in there. So I did say in my last video that I bought 2 of these Aldi waterproof, what are they called, dry sacks, £2 each, and I've got one that's already labelled up for rubbish, so I can put me crap in here, tins and stuff, and then when I get home recycle it and then just wash this out. Sure there'll be more before the end of the night. Probably need the simmering on this. Let's get it ready. Look at that, look, there's decent sized chunks of meat. I don't want this to burn, so we're just going to let it simmer away, not in any rush. Look at the size of that one. For the puff pastry top, I'm going to need my sunglasses case. In here I've got an Aldi all butter croissant. These aren't too sweet, and I've done this before. I will put a link to the video where I did like a jet boil steak and ale pie with one of these. Really nice. Get the casserole heated up, and then we'll bob this in afterwards. Adds a little bit of carbohydrate and a bit of stodge. That's the perfect size for it, and it stops it getting all squashed and battered. So this is why I would normally recommend pitching the foot end of your tent into the wind, because then your vestibule or cooking area isn't compromised anywhere near as much. However, this is how Hilleberg recommend that you do it for this tent. It helps keep the structure of the tent better, but it's just a little bit disconcerting seeing this flapping down here. You just need to be careful. Wind's getting worse, isn't it? Right, let's get the pastry on. Nothing fancy, just gonna break it up and just lie it on top. Probably mouth-sized pizzas, because these are going to get dunked into that casserole. I'm going to save that one little bit, that's for mopping up. Oh yes, look at that, just starting to bubble. Look, that is done enough. I want to be able to eat it, not incinerate my insides. Get that flame out. Oh, there we go. Let that sit for a minute. Let's have a try. It's alright. Considering it's come out of a tin for under £2. Get some of that puff pastry. It's like a posh Fray Bentos pie. Oh, you need to try that with just an all butter croissant. Nothing too sweet, but it's lovely. This is sorting me right out. Much better than them packet meals. You know, dehydrated stuff. Proper substance. Okay, it's better if you make your own, but this has got a really long shelf life. Don't need a fridge. You can keep a tin in the bottom of your bag for almost infinity, can't you? Big chunks as well. Glad we finished that. The weather has just started to come in. So we've got the rain now as well. Some pretty big gusts of wind. I might want to brew later, but I'm going to get this properly packed away because I don't want this spilling everywhere in my tent. All these sharp bits causing some sort of damage, so get it packed up. If I need it again, I'll get it out again. Probably not the best time to go out, but I'll check the guidelines, have a pee. Whoa! That is looking solid as a rock. What's the old saying about peeing in the wind? absolutely minging out there. That's better. Get out in wet clothes. Batten down the hatches. Waterproof's just about off. Let's make this place a bit more cosy, shall we? Starting with the bedroom, I think. If you can hear me over that wind and rain anyway. Hopefully I don't need to go out there again. I am grateful of all this extra space though. Got my chair, so I'm going to get telly set up because Sunderland kick off in an hour. So I'll be watching the football. I've got a couple of nice drinks to show you that received through the post very kindly. And we've gone for a different quilt today. Not had this out for a little while. It's my Enlightened Equipment one. I think it's Revelation. I think that's what it's called. I've been looking at a bigger backpack though. Something for the colder months. I want to be a little bit more comfy. Although this is pretty comfortable, isn't it? Apart from that, someone banging a drum on the tent. I have got earplugs though. Gonna be in for some fun tonight. Fat rain. Although I could listen to that all night long. Probably going to have to listen to that all night long. Look at his little face. Just like the olden days. Not very nice out there, but I'm sorted in here. Little telly set up. Might need my AirPods though because I can't hear what they're saying. Believe it or not, we can go second if we beat these tonight. I got a lovely parcel sent through the post from the alcohol-free company. Got about 13 alcohol-free beers. I'll drop a link in the description. Dear Paul, big fan of the channel. Here's some alcohol beers for you to enjoy on your next camp. From Lewis. So a massive thank you for that, Lewis. Today I brought with me the Ghost Ship one. And I'm never drinking again. Famous last words they are. So thank you very much for sending those, mate. Much appreciated. Right, back to business. Come on. Cheers everyone. Not bad that. Football's finished 1-1. Gonna have a last check of the guy lines before get my head down. Seems to have calmed down a little bit. Everything still looks pretty good. A little bit of rain still, not much. It's long enough for me. Let's get back in. Look at the space in there, look. Very comfy. Probably better off laying with my head at that side, but it's a bit noisier down there. Plenty of room. I've not looked what time the sunrise is, or even if we're going to get one. 80% chance of rain. 35-mile-an-hour winds in the morning. 7:12. I set my alarm just in case, but I'm not holding out any hope. So unless the tent blows down, I shall see you in the morning. Winner. Lost my voice. Not gonna lie, I've had better kips. Sunset due 4 minutes. I do not want to look out the window. There's been odd moments through the night where it was calm and still. It's a bit windy now though. I suppose I better have a nosy out the door, hadn't I? Warm as toast in this. Things are ramping up a level. I suppose I'm going to have to brave going outside in a minute. I'm not going to bother with a cuppa, I don't think. I'm going to grab a coffee when I get back down to Edale. Putting the tent down should be fun. But first of all, I need to get some waterproofs on. Might be looking a bit younger, but I don't feel any younger. Trying to get dressed in a tent, and this one's a big tent. At least you don't get to see me putting my socks on. I need a lasso to put them on these days. Come on, let's brave it. Whoa, blew me over. That's not too bad. Tent's done a fine job. Let's go and have a look at the view. It's pretty clear. It's windy. Don't need that on for a minute. Start packing stuff away. It is nicer in the colder months to have that bit more space, isn't it? I do like me one-man tents, but you know, it's really bad weather and you want to pack your kit away. Bigger tent is the way forward, in my opinion anyway. Glad I bought this chair as well. Really comfy last night watching the football. Fourth, did I tell you? Fourth in the league. Unreal. That wind meant there was no condensation last night, although the outside the tent's wet through. Nothing on the quilt. Come on. Not bothering rolling it up properly. Say it every time. When you get home, make sure you take your kit out straight away, air it, dry it out all properly, and that way it lasts you a lot longer. So I've massively reduced my little whatnots bag. They call it something else in America. Is it ditty bag? Is it something like that? I kept bringing a bag probably 4 times the size of this and never using any of it. So I'm not bringing it no more. I'm just going to bring the essentials. You know, what's the worst that can happen? You know, I survived without my orange mug last night. Didn't think that was possible. Camping's not meant to be mega comfortable, is it? I don't like it uncomfortable, but you know, it's supposed to push you a little bit. I was melting inside the tent. Much cooler out here. So dropping the tent is the same principle as putting it up, just in reverse. I'm going to tether it to my backpack straight away. They're already hooked on there, the bags, but this guy line's going on there as well. Still lively, isn't it? Once it's down at ground level, it's not too bad. He says. Just going to kneel on that while I unclip these temporary guy lines. I think this might need a bit of a wash when we get home. Well, a wipe down on all this mud on it. Must have had quite a bit of rain last night. Tent's quite a bit heavier. Still nylon like retains quite a lot of water. Oh no, wounded. Have a good look around, make sure no one's left behind. One last look around, make sure we're not left out. Quite a nice spot this. Shame we didn't get any sort of sunset or sunrise. We've still got some beautiful scenery and some lovely wind and rain. I've put my microphone away because it's raining, but it's even windier down here. If I wasn't awake before, I am now. Ow! That's stinging my face. The rain is stinging my face. I am ready for a coffee. I'm going to drop the bag off. There's a lovely cafe just over there. Go and grab a coffee and then wrap up. I'm ready for this. Oh, went for the chocolate croissant as well. This is breakfast. It's a really nice cafe, penny pot cafe. Stop off there most times when I come to Edale anyway. Oh, what a perfect way to end. Perfect camp. Apart from I forgot my orange mug, and I forgot a couple of little bits really, but I made do. Believe it or not, the conditions were perfect. I think I needed something just to wake me up, just to get me back in the zone again. You know, this is the sort of camping that I did when I first started wild camping. Now I wanted to test myself a little bit more. I'm not, if it says storm so and so, then I'm not going to head out and tackle a storm. I don't think anyway. But something a little bit more. Yeah, it's good to be back. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to do all the nice things like, share and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. That's I've cleaned these steamy windows. Bye for now.